Hey y'all, hi. Wow, that feeling when you're about to film a YouTube video and you realize that what you really want to do is shop your stash. An old school move. I was kind of thinking I'd film trying new makeup, and then I was just like, what's in my drawers? So I opened them up and took out some makeup that I wanted to use each individual piece for its own sake. But then I also kind of see where I'm going with the look. I have a look in mind. I have some cravings to fulfill in terms of what I put on my face. If you like it, I hope you'll subscribe, and I hope that you'll take a look at my book, which is linked at the top of the description box below. Now let's get into the meat of the video. I feel I cannot go another millisecond without putting green color corrector onto my face. This is something that I recently grabbed from one of those drawers back there. It's the L'Oreal Prime Lab 24-Hour Redness Eraser, and it is a green primer. It's really green, so it does a lot. It does the heavy lifting for me with my complexion. I actually feel like I don't have to do that much more after I apply it, and I hadn't used it in months, maybe most of a year. And since I took it out of that drawer back there last week, I've been using it every day. However, to blend it out, I pulled out this is actually new. It's not from back there. It just came in PR. It's a new REFY brush, the LC03. It's beautiful, but I popped a nail off when I was trying to take the collar tape from it, and now I need to immediately glue it back on because I can't stand that. Can't stand having a nail missing. Luckily, I have some nail glue right here because I'm what? Prepared. All right, I'm gonna press down for 30 seconds. Kind of takes the wind out of one's sails though, losing a nail and having to glue it back on. All right, we're back, we're color corrected. The brush is really nice. Very large, fluffy yet dense. That is what I prefer in a brush like this. When I went to shop my stash back there, I opened the middle drawer first, which is where I keep face stuff. So everything that's not eyes or lips, basically. Complexion, blush, etc. And the thing that sort of surprised me is how spare the remaining collection is. It's like most of what I have is kind of like in rotation in my makeup bag that I've been dragging around, and I did a video about that recently. I guess a lot has been decluttered. Maybe I was pretty vicious in my declutters before I moved and then I kind of forgot. But it's nice. It looks really livable back there, and I feel like I could easily just put away the makeup that I have been using in those drawers and then start using that vanity for its intended purpose. I just need to get a mirror up on the wall. So I opened it up. There's not that much for complexion that I haven't used, that I haven't been using, but my attention was drawn to this, the Surratt Dewdrop Foundation in the shade 1. I never really remember how it went with this product. Okay, now I remember. I just put these dots on, and in doing so, I remember how it went, which is that, like many Surratt products, the formula is really good, and then the delivery mechanism is a little bit dubious. And it was kind of hard to deploy with my fingernails. It's hard to like press the thing. And I think it's a tiny bit on the dark side, but I'll shear it out and I think it'll be great. Wow, this brush is great. This brush is it. REFY LC03. It's just a lot fluffier than what I've been using. I'm using soft and very, very dense brushes to apply my base. And I like this because it feels like it spreads the product more thinly and much more quickly. So there I have a little bit of color, a little bit of added coverage, a pretty nice finish. It's real tint vibes. I need to spot conceal still. I'm going to do that with this NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer, which wasn't in the drawer back there. It was in my everyday makeup bag, but it's the only thing I have for this purpose. A little spot concealing goes a long way to trick the eye into seeing seamless skin or pretty seamless skin when really all you've done is take away the points of the highest contrast with the rest of your skin. It's my favorite trick. And the combination of those three products ended up looking really great. Quick, easy, and just really very natural and light. It's like there's not a lot of makeup on my skin. I love that. Oh, the other thing I got from that drawer was this Surratt primer, and then I forgot to use it because I wanted to use the Redness eraser. And I'm actually kind of relieved because I remember this being super dry and raspy, kind of matte, really great probably for oily skin, but probably wouldn't have been a good choice today. So I'm actually glad that I forgot to use it. The other things I took from that middle drawer are blushes, and I want to use both of them, starting with the Chantecaille Cheek Gelée in Happy, which was my most used blush for months on end around this time of year. Like in the middle of the winter 2 years ago. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. 2 years ago. That was when this was a shining star in my makeup collection. Now here we are 2 years later. Let's see how it goes with it. Dare I try to open this other REFY brush? Aha, I did it without breaking a nail. Ooh, LC02. I wonder what's going on with these brushes. Ah, they are synthetic. They are synthetic. That's so cool. I'm really glad that Refers branched out. I mean, I knew they were branching out into synthetic, but I think maybe this is like the current frontier of their experiments in synthetic foundation brushes, optimized for liquid and cream formulas. What an extraordinary job they've done with these brushes. Wow. The O2, it's probably really good for concealer, and I'm tempted to save it for concealer. No, I want to use it for blush. I'm using it for blush. All right. Wow, past Hannah, you really knew what was good. I remember the thing that I remember loving about this, it was just impossible to overdo. Like no matter how much I put on, just looks like a natural flush, looks like part of my skin and has that glow. I remember thinking of it as like a luxury version of the Glossier Cloud Paint, even a subtler version, and that's totally what it is. It just looks so much like my real skin, but it's really brought life back to my face. I love that. I am, however, going to pile on the REFY blush in Rose because the look that I'm envisioning is sort of a grayish lip look and a pretty minimal eye. So I feel like the quite healthy pink forward cheek is going to balance it all out. Yes, and this blush, which is a nice stiff cream with body, picked up on the brush pretty well, layered super well with the Chantecaille. They're definitely cut from the same cloth color-wise. The REFY blush has more pigment, added more color. Sweeping it onto my eyelids was really easy with this brush, which I absolutely love. I cannot speak highly enough of these Refer brushes. I hope that they put them into production because, you know, they sometimes are just testing something and then they produce it, or sometimes they keep tinkering with it. I feel like these are done. So the cheek here is a little bit more impactful, but still light. I understand why I've kept both of these blushes through my recent declutters. Let's talk about eyes. So I just dyed my brows, but I need to put them in shape and I didn't have anything back there for that. The dregs of the Kimiko brow gel are just what I need. So just a little bit of shaping, no pencil, kind of imperfect, but the color's still there. There's nothing like a freshly dyed brow. For my eyelids, I looked into the drawer and there wasn't much that was immediately appealing. I looked through a couple of things and it wasn't until I opened my Pat McGrath Midnight Sun palette and remembered my passion for this very wet looking shiny eyeshadow that I realized that what I wanted to do was just put a wet look shine all over my lids, which is something that I love to do and I've done many times. This is not an original move over here, but I think it's going to be perfect for what I've been craving, which is like a strong gray lip. I've just been wanting a gone grayish lip. So let's go ahead with this Pat McGrath topper, basically just stamping a fingerful of the shadow onto each lid, getting the brunt of it directly on the center of the lid, and then stamping my finger all around, all the way up to the brow, but with less on my finger as it wears away so that it's concentrated in the middle, but it's sort of spread all over. No blending necessary. It's just, it's my favorite thing to do. I love it. If you don't look too close, it basically just looks like a Vaseline lid. Oh, I kind of forgot about mascara, but I do remember seeing that Burgundy Charlotte Tilbury mascara back there. This is pretty old and I probably shouldn't be using it, but I'm going to. Wow, I forgot how much I love this. It's so fluffy and buildable in addition to having this incredible burgundy brown color. It's a beautiful mascara. Welcome back to the party, Pillow Talk push-up lashes. I don't care how old you are. I'm going to be hard pressed to wear anything else for the rest of the month, putting it straight in my makeup bag. Okay, wow, look at us now. We could go anywhere from here. A strong red lip, a shiny, kind of just glossy neutral lip. But what I remembered when I opened that lipstick drawer, which has barely anything in it because everything is out. Everything's like in the makeup bags that I have downstairs that I've been using to get ready. Like all of my most used lip products are in there. So just some things languishing in there, a few little things languishing in that drawer. And what I remembered is that I've been thinking about Gone Grayish. I've been thinking about Gucci A Royal Scandal, which I think has been discontinued. Those really grayish browns, kind of gray milk chocolate color. I do have a very old tube of Gone Grayish, the original, in there, but instead of that, I decided to wear this Ulta lipstick. It's an Ulta brand lip called Dusty Mauve, and I just think that it will communicate better with the cheeks because it does have a bit of pink in it. It's like a plum gray milk chocolate, you know? So I think it'll work better with the overall look. But I am going to line my lips with one of these Unearthly lip liners. They're in like really grungy colors. I'm gonna use the lighter one. Actually, I'm gonna use this one, the darker one, which is called Cafe. Lip liner is kind of fierce. I haven't been using lip liner. I forgot about the superpower of a really kind of sticky, matte setting lip liner. You can overline and it just looks really real. Oh yeah, this is the grayish I was looking for. Okay, so I put on the lip liner and it's excellent. And I put on the lipstick and it's excellent. But I feel like they need to blend together more. I need a Q-tip or a brush or something. I need a small, dense, domed brush. This will do. This is an original REFY 02. I was looking for like something shaped like a pencil eraser, but I couldn't quite find it, but this will work. Okay, so blending the lip liner and the lipstick together gets me kind of the one color that I want. It's mattifying it a little bit. So working the lipstick into the lips, kind of making it more one with the skin, making it look a little bit less shiny, a little bit less like a cream sitting on top of my skin that could easily wear away. And this to me, it's just that much more livable and that much more natural. That's what I prefer. Kind of like blotting it, like blurring with the lip brush and mixing with the lip liner. It's a little bit like blotting. I couldn't be more pleased with this look. I really am happy with it. And it's interesting. I usually downplay one of my features or all of my features except the one that has a lot of makeup on it. That's what I tend to do now. If you look at me, you can really clearly see the blush. You can clearly see the eyeshadow and, you know, it's a strong lip look. So there's makeup on every part of my face that's saying something, yet it still feels balanced. And I think that's partly because the color palette is a bit restrained and the eye and cheek makeup is light, even though it's very present and noticeable as makeup, it's still light. So it worked out. Old makeup is where it's at, kind of. It's how I'm feeling in this moment. But more than anything, I'm feeling ready to re-inhabit my vanity. It was like a ghost town back there. I've sort of been imagining it with these drawers like groaning under the weight of a bunch of untouched makeup, but that's not really the case. I've gotten down to a more minimal place than I realized, and I think it's time to integrate. So thank you for watching. Thanks for spending this time with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it inspired you to dig out some of the makeup you haven't used in a long time, or, you know, if you just watch for company, you don't wear makeup, maybe dig out some clothes from the back of your closet and play with them, especially during this season of intense consumerism when it just feels like, I don't know, some days I feel like my main job is like figuring out what I'm going to buy this month because of, you know, buying gifts for people or because there have been so many sales. It just feels like this consumerist pressure. One of the best ways to counteract that is to shop your stash, like to go deeper into the life you already have. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you're into that. And don't forget to take extra good care of yourself so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.